Namaste children. Today we will discuss about molecular diagnosis, that how biotech it helps for the diagnosis of the diseases by using the various methods like PCR, that is polymerase chain reaction, probes, and by the use of the ELISA method, that is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, and how these methods that are more better as compared to the conventional method of the diagnosis of diseases. As the conventional method, they depend upon the symptoms, means first the symptoms that appear, then only we will go to doctors for the detection of the disease, okay, through serum and urine analysis. But in case of these processes like PCR, ELISA method and the probes, early detection will be there, means that if suppose symptoms that are not appear in your body and the pathogens quantity, means the concentration that is very less in your body, and still you are able to come to know that the body is susceptible to diseases or not. So let's discuss one by one in detail. So first, that is PCR, that is polymerase chain reaction. Polymerase chain reaction. So in the earlier lectures we have already discussed about the 3 steps of the polymerase chain reaction, okay, that is denaturation, then annealing and extension process, and how this method that is responsible for the production of the many copies of the desirable gene. Okay, it means that it is responsible for the amplification of the desired gene. So by this method we are able to amplify the nucleic acid content that is present in any person. So if the amplification will be there of the nucleic acid of any person which are present in the cells, then what happen, we will come to know about the mutated gene if it is present. So if mutated gene it is present, if mutated gene it is present, then we will come to know through the amplification of the nucleic acid. So various diseases are there like HIV, cancer diseases. So in these diseases we are able to know about the suspected patient if suppose they are having this mutated gene for these diseases. So in this manner we will come to know through the amplification of the nucleic acid that the mutated gene that is present in that person or not. So next type that we will discuss about is probes. Second, that are probes. Now what are probes actually? Probes that are single stranded DNA, or RNA, okay, and these are artificially prepared in the lab. And how they are prepared, on what basis, that they contain the complementary base sequence related to that desired DNA sequence that we want, okay. So in this case there are 2 ways to find the person having the disease. One is that preparing the complementary probes having the sequence having sequences complementary to the DNA present in the clone of cells, in the of cells, and second is that preparing the complementary probes, preparing complementary probe means having sequence complementary to the mutated gene sequence, or you can say the disease causing gene. Okay, so when the X-ray filmography will be there, means in the autoradiography, as these probes that are radioactively labeled. Okay, so in this case, in the first case, they produce these probes as they bind with the DNA that are present in the clones of cells, because these probes, they have the complementary base pairing. They show the complementary base pairing with the DNA that are present in the clone of cells. Okay, so they show band with them, but they will not show band with the mutated gene. But in this case, the complementary probe that is prepared with having the base sequences complementary with mutated gene, so that's why only one band it will show under the autoradiography, means in X-ray film only one band it will be visible. Okay, why? Because the probe that is complementary with only mutated gene. Okay, so it will bind with the mutated gene here. So these are two ways that how the probes that we can use, okay, to find out the disease. Now third method, that is the ELISA method, that is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. ELISA method, it is of three types. ELISA, it is of three types. It is direct, indirect, and sandwich method. Okay, these are the methods. And what is the full form of ELISA? That is, it is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. Now, what are used in this methods? What are the requirements? What are the requirements? That are microtiter plate, Microtiter plate, it consists of wells. Second thing, that are the antibody, which are primary as well as secondary antibody, which is linked with enzyme, Next is substrate, which is specific for this enzyme. Okay, so one, we require the microtiter plate in each method, and it consists of wells. Now next is primary and antibody. It is denoted as this. And secondary antibody means that this secondary antibody, it is linked with enzyme. Okay, and substrate means it is specific with this enzyme. So when it will bind with this enzyme, then it will produce the color. And on the intensity of the color only it depends that what is the level of the disease that how much a person it is infected by the disease. It depends upon the color intensity only. Now first we will discuss about the direct method. In this direct method, basically it is used for antigen identification, okay, and in this case we use a microtittle plate, that is used, and then this serum is introduced in this microtittle plate, serum of the patient. And how the serum that is produced, first of all the blood that is taken out from the patient, and then the serum that is extracted from the blood, and then this serum that is applied over this microtittle plate. And if suppose the serum it is containing the antigen, then these antigen they will combine with this microtittle plate. Okay, so first step is serum that is applied, and then these antigens they will bind with the microtittle plate. Now two stages will happen. If suppose the patient is having the antigen, so here I will draw the sequences. If suppose the patient is having antigen, and if suppose the patient is not having antigen, then what will happen? Patient is not having antigen, then what will happen? In that case, as when the serum that is applied, then the antigen it will not bind. The antigen it will not bind with the surface. Antigen not present, so not bind. The next step that is wash. Okay, next step is wash. So washing will be there, so that if suppose any extra material will be there, then it will be removed from the wells. Now next step is that providing the antibody that is enzyme linked. Here also we will provide the antibody which is enzyme linked. Okay, as what is the name of this method? That is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. So when we provide the enzyme linked antibody, then what will happen? These are the antigens. In the first case, when the patient is having antigen that we have to detect, okay, then in that case what will happen? It will bind these antibodies as they are specific, because in each kit for a particular disease they provide the specific antibody. If suppose we are diagnosing for a particular disease, like suppose we are diagnosing for malaria here, okay, then this specific, like these antigens that are the plasmodium here, so the particular antibodies that are provided which can bind with these antigens. Okay, so when antibodies, enzyme linked antibodies that are provided, then they will bind with the antigens, because the antigens that are present here. But in this case what will happen? The antigens that are not present here, so these antibodies, means these enzyme linked antibodies, they will not bind. So when they will not bind, then what happen? When washing step will be there, then these antibodies it will get removed. And here also the antibodies which are not present in the binded manner with the antigen, means the antibody which are not present in binded manner, they will get removed from the well, so that the correct result will be there. Okay, because if suppose the extra antibodies will be there, then they produce more color. So that's why it is necessary that after the washing step, the extra antibodies they should be removed from the wells. Now next step is that when we will provide the substrate, which are specific to these primary antibodies, enzyme linked antibodies, then what will happen when the substrates that are provided, then color will be produced. Okay, because these enzymes, they convert the substrate into the colored product. So on the basis of the intensity of the color, diagnosis of disease will be there. Okay, disease, it can be diagnosed. Okay, but if suppose here the enzyme linked antibody that is also not present, antigen is also not present, so when the substrates that are provided here, then these substrates, they are not able to bind with the enzyme linked antibody, and then the color will also not produced. Okay, means it is not able to produce the color. So here color is not produced in the second case. Color is not produced. So it means that when color is produced, then on the basis of the intensity of the color, we will come to know that what is the level of the disease. It means that the malarial pathogen, that is the plasmodium, that is present, because we have gave an example of the malaria. So if suppose we are talking about malaria, then the pathogen, that is the plasmodium, it is present in the patient, and the patient is suspected for the disease. Okay, but here it means the pathogen that is not present, and these methods, as these are known for detecting the lower quantity of pathogens also. Okay, so it means that the pathogen that is not present, the plasmodium that is not present in the patient. And we can take example of any other disease also, like suppose in case of AIDS, that is for HIV virus. So in the first case, if suppose the color that is produced, then it means that the HIV virus that is present in the patient, and if suppose the color is not produced, it means that the HIV virus that is not present in the patient. Now next we will discuss about the indirect method. Next is indirect method. It is basically used for the antibody identification. How antibody identification? As this all of you know, that if suppose a person is having any disease, then the disease causing pathogen will be there in their body, but to fight with that antigen, with that pathogen, the antibodies that are produced in that person, okay, against that specific antigen. Okay, if suppose we will talk about any disease, like suppose we will take the example of typhoid. So in that case, which pathogen that is responsible for this disease? That is Salmonella typhi bacteria. Okay, so it means that the patient, it contains the Salmonella typhi bacteria in them. Clear? And the antibodies that will also form against that antigen. Okay, so to identify that antibodies, if suppose we will take the sample of the patients, and if in that sample the antibody, the specific antibodies that are present, which can bind with this specific antigen responsible for that disease, it means the patient is having that disease. Okay, but if suppose the patient serum, it will not contain the antibody which is specific for the specific antigen, it means that the patient is not having that disease. Clear? So now in this case, we take the wells which are already coated with the specific antigen for the disease. Like in any person, the symptoms of the typhoid are there, like high fever is there, headache is there. Okay, so he went to doctor and he want the ELISA test. Then what will be the first step? In that case, first the microtittle plate that will be taken, it is coated with the pathogen. And which pathogen it will be present here? That is Salmonella typhi bacteria. Okay, already the antigens that are present here. Now the next step is that the serum that is applied here. The serum that is applied of that patient. If suppose the patient blood, the serum, it contains the antibodies. Okay, antibodies which are specific to this pathogen, they will bind. It means that person is having the disease. Okay, is going to suspect, he is a suspect for that disease. Now what happened? Those antibodies, they will bind with these antigens, and these are known as primary antibody. These are known as primary antibody which will bind with the antigen. Now second thing is, next we will provide the enzyme linked antibody. Okay, and these are known as secondary antibody. These are known as secondary antibody. Now what is the function of these secondary antibody? That they are specific to the primary antibodies. They are specific to primary antibodies and they bind with the primary antibody. These are antigens. Okay. Next, the primary antibodies that are present here. So we will make this here. Now next, secondary antibody which are enzyme linked. So in first case, in the direct method, what we have studied, that the antigen they directly bind, with the enzyme linked antibody. Okay, so that's why it is known as a direct method. But in this case first the primary antibody which are present in the serum of the patient, if suppose they are present, then they will bind with the antigen, and then these primary antibody, they will bind with the secondary antibody. Okay, so these primary and secondary antibodies and even the substrates that are present in the kit for the specific disease, for each specific disease one kit is available in the ELISA kit. Okay, means for different diseases different kits that are available according to the disease, the specific antibodies that are present in the kit. Now next step is that when substrates that are provided, then they produce the color. So on the basis of the color intensity we will come to know about the disease. It is when the person is having the disease, then this will happen. If suppose the person is not having the disease, means the antibodies that are not present in the patient, then what will happen? Then on the antigen coated microtiter plate, when we provide the serum, then what happen? Serum, if suppose it is not having the antibody, then antibodies they will not bind. Okay, and after washing, the other antibodies which are not able to bind, because only the specific antibodies they can bind here. So after washing they remain like this only. Okay, so when secondary antibodies that are provided, then again the enzyme linked secondary antibody, they will not bind here because the primary antibodies that are not present. Okay, so after washing these are also removed. Now the next step is that when the substrates that are provided, then the substrates they are also not able to bind. Clear? So it means the color it will not produce when the person result that is negative. Okay, but when it is positive, then this reaction will be there. Now third step, that is the sandwich method. So in case of sandwich, method, microtiter plate that is taken, and then here already the primary antibody coated wells that are present, means like in indirect method the antigen coated wells that are there, but in this case the primary antibody coated that are present, and these antibody they are specific to the specific antigen which is responsible for causing the disease. Okay, so next one, serum that is applied here. If this serum it contain the antigens, then they bind with the antigen. If they have antigen, then they bind with antigen. If suppose they are not having antigen, then the antigens they will not bind here. Okay, now next step is providing the enzyme linked antibody. So when enzyme linked antibody that are provided, they are specific, they are made specific to bind with these antigens. Okay, these are prepared artificially. Now next step is that providing the substrate, and remember that after each step of addition washing process will be there, so that if suppose extra compound will be there, it can be removed for getting the correct result. When substrate added, then color will be produced, and if color is produced, then on the basis of the color intensity we will come to know about the disease, we can diagnose the disease. Now in this method only, what happen in case if suppose the serum it will not contain the antigen, okay, means the person is not having the disease. In that case, primary antibody that is already linked with the well, serum when applied not having the antigens they will not bind. Then the next step is that providing the secondary enzyme linked antibody. So when secondary enzyme linked antibody we will provide, they will also not bind. When substrate provided, they will also not bind, and in this manner color that is not produced. So it depends upon the color intensity that the person is having the disease or not. If suppose the color will not be produced according to the substrate, then it means the person's result that is negative, and if suppose the color that is produced, then it shows that person is having the disease, and on the basis of the color intensity we will come to know about the disease, that how much disease, that how much pathogen number is there. Okay, that the data analysis, on the basis of the data analysis we will come to know the level of the pathogen in that particular person.